Okay, so for the people out there that say it doesn't matter what translation of the Bible that you actually use, I'm sorry, I have to disagree with you, whether we're friends or whether we're not. It does matter what translation we use, and I'm going to prove it in this video. I'm also going to show everybody the future of the United States if things keep going the way they're going.
So it is absolutely undeniable that the Bible has been under scrutiny, attack, and heavy criticism by different political and social groups over the last 3-4 years. But
before you guys get into this, I just want to let you know, if somebody comes to you and tells you that it does not matter what Bible translation you use, let them watch this.
What happens when it goes a step further and we now have some of the most powerful governments in the world with heavy global influence wanting to rewrite and change the Bible for the purpose of weaponizing it for their own personal gain? Well, my friends, that's where we're at as the Communist Party of China announced that they will be rewriting the Bible that will be more aligned with their government principles. And as many of you may know, Christians in China are more persecuted than arguably anywhere else in the world. In fact, back in 2020,
Don't forget that China is a communist country, and it is a secular-run government. That makes this even more interesting.
Chinese Christian man by the name of Chen Yu was caught selling real Bibles not authorized by the government and was faced with a 7-year prison sentence and a $30,000 fine. And mind you guys, this is the same country that's been trying for years to infiltrate the United States through apps like TikTok, cyber attacks, and even secret police stations. And of course, for decades now, China has been the epicenter of home churches being raided, pastors being thrown into prisons, and even ordering Christians to sign papers renouncing their faith. But it seems because they're...
For those of you out there that believe that home churches are not biblical and believe that you need to go to one of those public cathedrals in order to be saved or in order to be able to fellowship, you're sadly mistaken. Pay attention to what's going on in the world.
Unable to stop the spread of Christianity, they're wanting to alter it altogether by rewriting the Bible to their liking. I mean, here's an example. Now, we're all familiar with the woman that got caught in adultery in John chapter 8. In fact, the Pharisees wanted to test Jesus, so they bring this woman who's caught in adultery and pretty much says, hey, what do you want to do with her? And, Jesus says, hey, if anybody here is without sin, let them be the first to throw the first stone. And obviously, everyone reluctantly leaves, and Jesus redeems her. In fact, according to Scripture, it reads, starting verse 9, when the accusers heard this, they slipped away one by one, beginning with the oldest, until only Jesus was left in the middle of the crowd with the woman. Verse 10, then Jesus stood up again and said to the woman, where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you? No, Lord, she said. And Jesus said, neither do I. Now go and sin no more. Okay, so that's what really happened. Now here's what it reads according to the new Chinese Communist Bible that they will be distributing to all law-abiding Christians in China. John chapter 8, 7 through 11, if you want to even call it that. According to the CCP, reads, Jesus once said, I'm kidding, he who is without sin among you, let him cast a stone at her. Okay, so far, so good, right? Everything matches up. Okay, let's continue. When his words came to their ears, they stopped moving forward. When everyone went out, Jesus stoned the woman himself and said, I am also a sinner. Like that reminds me of? I don't remember what year it was but it was one of those years where the Summer Olympics was being held and North Korea actually hired actors and actresses of all different races, colors, and what they would do is they'd portray these actors and actresses to be athletes from other countries, and they had North Korea win like every event. Like it was crazy. Like the gold medal game for the Olympics in basketball, there was like bunch of 5'5" white guys and 5'6" black guys, and the North Korean guys were like 6'1", and the rims were all like 7 feet. Right? I don't know. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Okay, so here's another example. CCP's authorities in Henan province forced Protestant churches to replace the 10 Commandments with Xi Jinping quotes, changing the first commandment from "Thou shalt have no other gods before me," which for those of you guys that know is from Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, to resolutely guard against the infiltration of Western ideology. Like what? What is going on? On top of that, they're also planning on pushing more works of Confucius and Buddha onto the Bible. And by the way, guys, this is happening right now. The process of the Chinese Communist Party rewriting the Bible for the purpose of distributing it to Christians in China is happening right now as we speak.